Well, hello, Benito. How are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
Good. It's really good to be here with you to take over the Take a Paws podcast. Do you want to introduce yourself to our fellow Jaguars out there?
Yeah, I'd love to. My name is Benito Bravo. I'm a business information systems. I'm a returning student as well. I started in 2016 and took a huge break. And when I decided to come back post-pandemic, I wanted to just crush it. So I'm super hyped to graduate right now. What about yourself?
Yes, so my name is Solana. I am majoring in communication studies. I'm graduating and I am so excited. I also took a break between college and coming back, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. So what are we talking about today?
So today, we're just going to dive right in, and we're just going to go into what's in your graduation bag for upcoming graduation.
Oh, yes. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed, so I am from Argentina, and we do not use cap and gowns over there, but I did notice that over here we do. So I did got my gown in my bag, and maybe, I don't know, do you have yours already?
Yes, I do actually.
Nice.
It's going to be right here.
Let's just put it on and practice for graduation.
There it is.
Nice. So I heard that you can actually borrow cap and gowns. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, actually, that's exactly where I got this gown right here. If you're, in a situation where you're having trouble getting your gown, there's nothing to sweat about. Essentially, you could go up to the front desk, the help desk, and just let them know, hey, I would like to, borrow a cap and gown, and they'll go ahead and loan you one for the whole ceremony, so you don't have to worry about it, which is really awesome.
Nice.
What about yourself? Where'd you get yours?
I did that as well, but something that I am a little nervous about is our cap. So when you graduated high school, did you wear a cap?
I did actually.
Nice.
Yeah,
So,
luckily for me, it was all standard right there.
I got one right here. I can't put it on right now because of the headphones, but I got this really nice, what is this called again? Tassel. I got this really nice tassel at the campus store, actually at the student center on the first floor, and it's bedazzled. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is very nice. And they had a couple different options. So if you're looking for one with our Jaguars colors, don't doubt to stop by and get one.
Nice.
And also, well, what else do we need to wear?
So there's the cap and gown, and then there's also cords and your personal items. From what I understand, you can decorate your cap a little bit, kind of personalize it to make it your own, from what I understand.
Nice. So I do have also from our campus store, I got a sash that it has embroidered San Jose City College. Really excited to wear that. And it is purple, but they also have a couple different options as well. So other than what we have, I cannot forget, I'm bringing my sunglasses. I don't know if you are, but it's 10 a.m. It's going to be bright out, sunglasses, water, and sunscreen.
That's huge right there. I know I'm in the same situation where I will be bringing my sunglasses. These are transition lenses, so I got it covered already.
Oh, yes.
It's all set.
Nice.
And then water is the huge one, because it gets really hot and there's no shade, so you're going to want to have all the hydration you can get for sure.
Nice. So other than what we have to wear and we have to remember what to bring for graduation, how are you leaving San Jose City College? What are you feeling?
I'm super excited. Of course, it's always you get a little bit nervous going into a new situation, but I think it's more excitement than anything. Seeing what new opportunities are out there, and how I'm gonna move with those opportunities. What about yourself?
Nice. I am super nervous. I was really nervous when I started here, and I think I'm leaving with that same nervousness. I don't know if that's a word. Sorry.
Pretty much is.
And a little bit of anxiety, but also so excited to be joining a new campus and make new connections and learn more things. But yeah, definitely a little nervous.
What are you most excited about graduation day?
I think the pictures, hopefully it look good, Also, my whole family is flying from Argentina. That's something that I'm bringing. I'm bringing my whole family. We do get 5 tickets per graduate. So I'm excited for my parents to finally see me walk a stage, graduating. I think that's what I'm the most excited about. my family living that with me, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they're like super happy to see you kind of put a bow on that journey and go into your next one, which is really awesome.
I hope so.
I'm on the same boat too. I have a super large family, everyone there, and I know probably the thing I'm most excited about is just like showing everyone in my family that it's totally possible to graduate regardless of the circumstances.
Yes, 100%. Cool. And not just like, our families, but also like the new Jaguars that are coming in as next semester starts to show them, no, you don't have to be in college right out of school. It's okay, like we did it to come back and then kind of finish that like part of your life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like everyone has their own journey, right?
Exactly. Absolutely. And it's super important to remember that.
And if you could give one piece of advice to students that are getting ready for their final semester, what would it be?
A piece of advice is just enjoy the journey, believe in yourself, make community on campus and keep that community close to you when you transfer, or if you don't transfer, still keep that community around for advice or anything that you need after that. How about you?
That was wonderful, by the way.
Thank you.
That's on point. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. It's one of those things where when you're going into your final semester, there's a lot going on, and it's really important to finish strong and just give it your best. So that way when you enter the gate next time, you already got that momentum going, and then you could just handle business.
Wait, Jaggy has been there this whole time?
Oh, snap.
I wonder what he's doing on that computer. Anyways, it was so fun to be here. Thank you for doing this with me, Benito. Definitely something on off my bucket list now, being on a podcast. And I will for sure see you on Commencement Day, May 23rd. May 23rd, 10 a.m.
Yeah, 100%.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Growing up, I thought basketball was my best path, one shot to success. At San Jose City College, that all changed. My mentors saw more in me than I saw in myself and showed me that I could be anything. No one in my family had ever graduated from college, but I knew I had an obligation for future generations. At San Jose City College, you can go anywhere you want to go and be anything you set out to be. Discover your brilliance at San Jose City College.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to our next segment of Take a Pause, all about graduation. And I really hope that you enjoyed our previous segment and learned something more about what to bring for graduation this year. And today we will be learning more about graduation, transfer, and overall about what's gonna happen in this month at SJCC. And my name is Ganas Gama.
I'm Guadalupe Alatorre.
And we're welcome to have here our new guest, Counselor Lezra, as well as Kris, who is transferring to SJSU upcoming year.
Right.
Yeah! Welcome! And felicidades, Kris.
Gracias.
And welcome, Lezra! Woo!
I'm your number one biggest fan. I made it on. I watch every episode.
We are excited to have you here. We're really, really excited.
I'm very excited.
We wanted to know a little fun fact. So, Lezra, we'll start with you. Let us know a little bit about you, right? A fun fact, and then your journey here at San Jose City College.
Okay. Let's see. Well, my name is Lezra Chenportillo, and I'm originally from Los Angeles. I've been at San Jose City College for 10 years now. I'm a tenured transfer counselor. So I always describe my job as I have my dream job. I love what I do every single day, and I love it because I love our students more than anything. So I'm very grateful. Previously, I've been a high school counselor. I've worked at the university system. I've taught abroad. So I have, colorful background. I've been a community organizer. I probably bring community organizing the most into my counseling, whether or not I'm thinking about it. And a fun fact, I was trying to think of a fun fact. This is kind of random, but I love sports documentaries. So if there's a sports documentary and it's on, that's it. I'm gone. Nice. And I think the reason I love it is as counselors, we get trained somewhat on like therapeutics and counselor setting, but so much of what we're doing with our students is coaching them through performance. When they're facing a challenge, a difficulty, when we're trying to figure out like intuitively what we sense is happening. And so I love that that's what's happening in like a coaching and like a team, and it's exciting, and there's this build up. And for me, transfer is kind of like the championship. We're getting there. And so right now is such a great season. We've had a really great season. Our students are getting admitted left and right. It's awesome. It's what we all work for. So it's a good feeling.
And I have to say, everyone, I love Lezra's energy. She's always happy. If you see Lezra, say hello. Happy person, always smiling, and definitely always very welcoming. So yes, Lezra, thank you, Lezra.
I can attest to that. It's
Right?
true,
Yes.
it's very
Yes.
true. Yeah.
So let us know about you, Kris. Let us know a little bit about your background, fun fact, and then your journey here at San Jose City College.
Okay, so again, Christian. I'm originally from El Salvador. I was born there. I moved to California when I was 14. So it was, it's fun. It was a challenge at first, having to move to a completely different country, different culture, learning a new language. So, now looking back, it's fun. It was fun. It was just being able to, know people from so many different cultures.
Yeah.
It's nice. The food is great, right?
Yes.
You get to try these different foods. So I wouldn't have it any other way. It's awesome. It's been so that's a little bit of my background. That's where I'm from. I actually started City College. I'm really not even sure how it started. I was just one day I was walking from work to my house, and there's a church close to Historian King, and there was a sign outside. It went something along the lines like, if you wanna go to college, you can get an application here, and we'll help you out.
Okay.
So I walked in, and the people that was working there, they were so nice. They were so excited when I told them, I think I want to go to college.
Yeah.
And then I remember the lady looking at the other lady in the office. She says, he's going to go back to college. And they make such a big fuss of it. I was like, whoa, they seem more excited than what I am. I just walked in here casually. But so that's how I started. I decided to go back to college. That's what brought me here.
Yeah.
That's how I'm here.
Yeah. And so when you got here, did you already know you wanted to go into social work?
No, I did not. No. And that's the great thing about City College, right? It's that this is a place where you kind of like, in a way, discover yourself.
That's right.
And this is when you do all those things where you explore different classes, you explore different subjects, and then, you kind of like, in a way, decide, okay, I kind of like feel I want to do this, and then you take those routes. And then it's cool that, originally I thought I wanted to be a history teacher.
Right.
So I started taking history classes and kind of like assessing myself, right? Like, what am I good at? And then, but then sadly I learned that I'm not good at so many things, but I feel like I'm good at, just being compassionate and just kind of like, I enjoy helping people out. So then I decided, social work. That makes a lot of sense. That's something that I can probably bring something to the community.
Oh, thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah. I didn't really know what the process is like. I was really confused. I know that the time was coming, but I didn't know how. What do I do? So I will ask those questions myself. I'll do some research, and I'll schedule appointments with multiple counselors. But once the time approached, the time came that it came closer. I was lucky enough to be partnered up with Lezra, and from there she held my hand pretty much like a kid.
Lezra's amazing.
Yeah. A lot of times I feel like I was sitting on the couch and she was doing what she was doing, and she will explain to me what she's doing, but then at the same time I will be like, I wonder what she's doing.
What would you say the one thing you would recommend students who are getting ready for transfer?
Yeah, I wish I could say it's one thing, but I'll tell you a few things. So the first thing is I did actually dedicate my sabbatical to writing a book called First Gen Transfer. And so maybe start there, because it's going to give you all of the broad strokes that we go through in classes and in counseling. And it's especially meant to explain what can get really, like Christian is saying, I would turn around on my computer, what does she do? It's like all of the nuts and bolts and the technical sides of it. But the most important thing is to be checking in with your counselor. The other thing, there's a lot of like misconceptions, right? So I'll try to hit on a few. So the one misconception, this happens all the time, is that students think they have to finish their classes before they can transfer. And that's not the case. You're actually applying while you're finishing your classes. Your admission is based on self-reported data. Okay, so the other thing that comes with self-reported data, meaning you're typing in, you know, all the classes that you've taken, what you're planning to take, but it's easy to make mistakes. So I just had a student yesterday who I felt so badly, but I also know she's going to be great because she's going to apply the next application cycle. And she applied, I'll give you an example. She took, let's say, a science course, and then she retook it at another college, but she put both grades. So the new grade, which is a B, and the old grade, which was an F. So the GPA she applied with is actually incorrect. So she applied as appearing non-eligible, but if I had checked her application ahead of time, I would have got that. We would have applied differently, and she would have applied as a stronger student. So the number one thing I would say for students is don't apply alone. Come and start talking with us. So if you're even thinking you might, maybe you're not sure, come and start talking with us now. You can make appointments with myself. You can come to the transfer center. You can meet with a counselor. A lot of the students I meet with are referrals from our counselors, meaning, hey, it looks like you're about ready. Let's come to the transfer center. Let's make sure that we're looking at all aspects. Another common myth is that the requirements for the UC and the CSU are the same. They're not. A good example is like business or psychology. So if you're on a plan for a CSU, so I have students that sometimes start off and then they end up surprising themselves and they're doing really well and they start expanding their search, which is awesome. But we have to plan for it and make sure that we're capturing those classes. And that, the earlier the better, right? It's just going to give us the most options. And then the third thing is actually about GPA. So as counselors, we can plan out the classes, but I think one of the things that's a bit intentional that we really try to do is talk to students about eligibility. Not to put pressure, because you don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be competitive. And we have to know how to do that, right? So I often send my students to our comms classes, to Professor Alatorre's classes, to our honors programs, because I know that all of those things are going to cause them to stretch themselves, to bring in those good academic processes, to go to the tutoring center, all these things. And it's amazing how much, like, the most gratifying thing is when you see our students see themselves differently, right? Suddenly I'm an honor student. Oh my God, suddenly I'm presenting in this way and I'm doing, and then all those experiences, they add up, and then you take them with you. So that when you go off, right, like Christian in a year, he's going to be a new Christian. He's going to be the Christian at San Jose State social work, and then you keep evolving. And so that's what's so exciting. And the more that our students do those things at every semester, they're growing, they're preparing, and then by the time it comes for transfer, we're here to help them with the app and the classes and everything. But there's this internal thing that's happening, and they're doing that too, so it meets the moment. There's something called academic renewal, which many of our students don't know about, and that means if you have a D or an F grade, you can remove it without retaking it. Now, there's very few classes like English 1A is a good example where there's no other. You just have to take English 1A. But there's many others where there's an alternative. But like exactly what Christian is saying, for me, your GPA is just about giving you choice, right? And the more choices you have, and either, wherever you are, you're going to get there, and we're going to help you to get there. But the more that I feel like we're having those conversations, then at least our students are in the driver's seat, and they're figuring out, okay, I think I really want this. I want to go for this. So I know what I need to do. But we have given them the information at the beginning, not at the end, where it's like, I wish I knew that. And I think that's where it changes. For me, to transfer is to transform. And the experience is transformative when it's empowering. When our students feel like, I got to make these choices. I'm leaving here with this experience, not like, I wish someone told me this, or, oh God, why did, it's like, we don't want that.
No, and I think that's good you mentioned about like really talking to a counselor as well. And you had mentioned it as well, right? Planning. Because if I think about, for me, when I started college, for me, I would say one obstacle I've definitely encountered was where do I start? Because I didn't have the information in the beginning. And you mentioned that having them from the beginning prepares you. That was one of my biggest things where I'm like, where do I start? And I just started signing up for classes thinking like, oh, okay, I think I'll be okay. But Until, luckily I then was able to meet with a counselor, and it really helped me out. And I would say for me, even just transferring after was much smoother for me as well.
I completely agree.
I was going to say, too, we have so many special programs from our EOPNS, amazing counselors, our SAS counselors, our international program, our HSI programs, Metas, Mesa, Si Se Puede, and we all work as a team. And I agree with what you're saying, Christian, because sometimes, for whatever reason, you just vibe with someone and they get you and you get them and you have that. So I think that's really important. I always say, like, as a counselor, you're there to be in your student's corner. You're not there to tell them what they can do, can't. That's not my job. My job is to tell you, that's what you want. Okay, let's figure out, how are we getting there, you know, and then just to be in your corner.
That is what you do.
Like that's what we're here to do. But the nice part about transfer is we really are here for everyone. So any student can come through the transfer center. Our services are for everyone. And the other thing that we're really big on is we connect them with our university partners. So also the sooner, Gana is one of my students, the sooner we have our students, you know, meeting with the UCs, connecting and starting to get that, I think two things. One, it creates a relationship and a bridge, but then it stretches our students to learn to self-advocate, to ask questions, to start do that so that they're navigating the journey and they're asking questions, and then that kind of evolves them too. So it's all really good stuff.
I would say that you personally helped me a lot because I already shared this story in our first episode. I met one of my friends, and she recommended me to go to a counselor and actually talk to her. So this is
here
how,
on the campus. Okay.
This is how I ended up going to Lezra and actually talking
Shout
to her.
out to Lezra.
That when I came on campus, I didn't know anybody, and I was just starting to take random ESL classes, and I met a person who told me, you should go see a counselor. And I just made an appointment, and I just met
random.
you.
I still remember.
And now we're here.
So you were an ESL student?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because I'm originally from Ukraine, and when I came here, I didn't really speak a language, but I really wanted to learn it.
That's cool.
And then I wanted to get my degree, but I didn't know what I want to do. So yeah, Lezra helped me a lot.
I still remember her first appointment because even though she was taking ESL classes, she was so ambitious and she was so curious, like, can I take this? Can I take that? And I'm like, well, there's no prereq. Why can't you? And then she would tell me about, you know, her previous coursework, and I was like, I think that's a really good idea.
I tell Donna, I'm like, when you're out there working in Hollywood, don't forget about the buy us over here in San Jose City College. Give us a shout out.
And if you guys want to learn more about transfer, Lezra already has a video which is on our YouTube account, so we will just leave a link in the description of this video so you can go and watch it. And it was really nice having you here today. Thank you so much, Lezra. Thank you so much, Kris. It was
I'm your number one fan.
We're your number one fan.
I'm becoming a fan too. You guys got another fan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor Alatore, for being here with me today. And we will see you in our next episode.
Thank you.
And I don't know if you guys remember, but in the previous 2 episodes, we actually were having a couple of giveaways, and I think that it's time to choose a winner.
Yes, I've been waiting for this. Yes, I'm ready.
This is why today we have this SJCC Athletics Teams hat with all the names of people who participated in our giveaway. So first, let's pick a person who's gonna win a gift card.
Okay, ready? All right. Moment of truth, everyone. Moment of truth. And our winner is Anna Keeler. Woo! Yes! Congratulations, Anna. Yes.
Yeah, so if you see your name in here, please reach out to us. You can text us on SJCC College Instagram account or just leave a comment below and we will reach out to you.
Yeah. All right.
And now
your turn.
We should choose a winner for SJCC Give Back.
Yes. You got it. You want me to hold the hat?
Yes, please.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Da-da-da-da. Who's our winner, Ghana?
And this is Pilar Carrera.
Ah, yes! Woo! Congratulations, Pilar! Woo! Yes! We're excited.
Yeah, so again, please reach out.
Sorry. We're that excited.
Please reach out to us if you found your name here, and we'll make sure that you got your prizes.
Oh, yes.
And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
I grew up where kids weren't expected to go to college. We just got whatever job we could to pay the bills. I felt I had no other choice. There was no role models to show me anything else. At San Jose City College, I experienced the transformational power of education. I was empowered when learning about social movements in this country, and I realized that I did have a choice. I decided then to forge my own path and become a role model for my family and for my community. Choose your own path. Discover your brilliance at San Jose City College.
Welcome back, everyone, to Take a Pause. I am your co-host, Guadalupe La Torre.
And my name is Ganas Gama.
And we're excited because today we have Vice President of Strategic Partnerships and Workforce Innovation, Vice President Monipone Dickerson.
Yay! Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, we're excited. So with the career dedicated to building powerful connections between education and industry, VP Dickerson is leading the charge in creating pathways that empower students and communities to thrive in today's rapidly evolving workforce. So
Thank you.
We're excited. We're excited to have you. So before we get into our questions, we want to get to know you, right? So if you can share your background as well, your pathway to San Jose City College, and a fun fact.
Well, I'm actually a first-generation refugee immigrant from Laos. I came to the United States when I was 8, and I really got into education when I was going through the migratory learning program, and I got an award for perfect attendance and in speaking English. So that was an award I got. And since then, I really founded my footing in education to make me viable. And I have my master's in business at Southern Connecticut State University. And before that, a bachelor's degree at a predominantly white institution. And I was a first-generation diversity award scholarship for the first generation school, and then my PhD in University of South Florida. And by way of that, I came to San Jose City College as the first inaugural associate dean for career education. And since then, I've been at Silicon Valley for 9 years and working in the education system since all those years. And very excited to be here and joining the workforce and helping our students get into the workforce. And then one fun fact is that I really like flowers, and I will stop anywhere to take pictures of flowers because I think I was supposed to be a botanist in my past life.
So is your phone full of pictures of flowers right now?
Yes, so I can verify that and show you some pictures to prove, and just so a lot of pictures of flowers. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. So, as we know, you're overseeing the career education building and program, right? So, can you just share with us an overview about this new career education programs at SJCC? Because we know that we're going to have some new DMA certificates, PG&E jobs, as well as dental and cosmetology offerings.
Yes, so San Jose City College has been here for a long time, and we're 103 years old, and we are known for the economic engine and building career forms, education here as well as transfers. So we, besides our traditional programs of cosmetology and dental, we have a new career education building coming up in October. So we're very excited for that. With that being said, I'm always at the cusp of what is the new occupation for the future work, because I'm not always looking for tomorrow's job. So yes, we have a lot of required by state. All our career educations have to be updated every 2 years, and all of them are required to have industry advisory committee, so they're relevant curriculum. So all our curriculum right now are up to date, and we have upcoming programs like AI, entrepreneurship, barbering under cosmetology, and always DMAs changing geographic programs. So like gaming and all the technologies. So AI has infiltrated every level of skill set, even for HVAC. So I want to say that we are looking at always with our industry partners of how to make sure our students are relevant in the career workforce. So,
and I like how you mentioned AI, because we're going to be discussing that, very, very soon. But I have a question. Sure. How do these new programs align with industry trends and student needs?
Yes, so they're rapidly aligning. So in the sense that we not just only look at what is the relevant skill sets today, for example, in dentistry and medical assistant in dentistry are they have a X-ray machine up there.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so they do take X-ray your teeth.
And that's right above,
Yes,
this
on
building.
The 5th floor, on the 5th floor. Well, the equipment is so has changed over time that the X-ray now is getting smaller, and you can take rapid speed. And even with our aesthetics in the cosmetology, you're looking at laser remover, and so it's really a more health profession now. And so that is relevant that also cosmetology and aesthetic is now considered mental health, because people have to feel good with the new COVID-19. People are taking in their mental health care socially and well-being, that aesthetics is also being more of a science in the biology of the skin and making people feel better. So it's moving that. So that the relevancy of the times of how COVID has changed a lot of things that people do, and the occupations have also imagined that. So how do we do that is really making sure we're connecting with the industry and not just looking at the resumes and job, but we talk to the industry and we get the most relevant information from them.
That's great.
Yeah, and we briefly touched the AI thing. So I would like to ask you, how do you envision AI impacting future careers paths for SJCC students?
Yes. So artificial intelligence has been here for a long time. It's just getting to consumer at generative AI. And for our future careers of our students, every occupation has AI in it, whether you're in business, whether you're in hospitality, even in HVAC, like the air conditioning. It's artificial intelligence where it can gauge itself whether it's too hot or cold, and it can fix itself and let you know where needs to be fixed. Even Tran, who does all the HR, they're already using AI data analytics to program the whole air conditioning. And as further as even your communications, AI actually has adaptive voices. That you can now record yourself, and an instructor can over time record. So you even have a replica of you recording, and that so where the AI generation is, it is going to help enhance, but it also want to be cautious about that you actually have to start trademarking and copywriting your own images, your own voices. So literally, like right now, I would say, please do not use my voice without my permission, because it's recorded. So you actually have to say those things. So AI over the future is rapidly moving, that the students and the instructors also have to be okay for the students to use AI. It's just like when our generation was TV. TV was going to take it over, and then PlayStations and gaming was going to take everybody like out of the work. But they were innovative to do gaming to make you do Pokemon, right, to go outside. So
Pokemon
same with
Go.
AI robotics will be everywhere. So servicing, for example, food, you might have, right now you're getting comfortable with the robots on the floor cleaning. That robot could actually come deliver food for you eventually. So AI is everywhere, so I just want to pause that. So I'm excited for AI, but we just have to develop our students for the next generation, be comfortable. And our students it's now the instructors and the older generations of us being comfortable with AI. Yes.
And I wanted to follow up on this question, BP Dickerson, because I attended a professional development breakout session, and this is where my question definitely came, which was, would you be able to provide any details on the AI certificate program in collaboration with Google, and how does it prepare students as well, faculty or our viewers, right, for emerging opportunities?
So we have we have one faculty who's loaned to the state doing the AI entrepreneur certificate. And in our new CE building, we have an AI makerspace entrepreneurship in line with the business incubator, right on the same floor, on the 3rd floor. So the Google and Navity, they're just the face end to endorse it. But for the occupation itself, it's really a skill set that we're trying to teach the students in an entrepreneurship level to think beyond innovative. So when we get that certificate, it's helping you and prepare for any industry, whether you go to hospitality, now, that they see that you have an AI certificate, then they know that they will hire you because you're not afraid of using it to help be efficient in that occupation, in that part of it. So that's where it really stands at this point.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. So, as you already mentioned, we're going to have a new building coming up in October, right? So, I was wondering, what improvements or changes should students expect in terms of career education resources and learning spaces?
Yeah, so it's an 82,000 square foot building, and there's a lot of student learning spaces, and we actually have 2 or 3 studios in there for the students can also go do.
Really?
Yes, the first floor. So the services where it was really thought about where is the career going. So on the first, medical assistant has its own simulation lab now. It's a state-of-art simulation lab where students is using coding. So there, where the students will be able to have impact there is really, we're making it more of a creative space, because it's where AI is, where the enhancing to make sure the innovation and creativity comes with entrepreneurship. Our students now have to be creator providers, not just content users. So that's where the new space is really looking at, how students can be helping with the creative content within the occupation and not just the end user of the occupation.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
And actually, thank you so much for having time come here and actually talk to us today. As well as thank you so much to Professor Aladora for being a co-host.
I'm with a star.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this episode, and stay tuned to our next episode. We're gonna have a series of summer episodes each month, every second Thursday of the month. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up under this video, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or actually any social media you can find. Thank you.
Thank you.